temperatures are soaring, the hornet's nest. As the temperatures are rising high and the summers are nearing by, and we literally are stuck at our homes, today here I am to be sharing with you 5 books which can help you pass time during the summer holidays. So without further delay, let's dive into the video. Hello everyone, thanks so much for watching ATP, that is Among the Pages, where I talk about the books and the content written among their pages. Well, if you're for the first time in here, then this is Achut Murari. I'm a Medico plus an Instagram poet, and I talk about the books and personal development tips over this channel, so make sure you're subscribing so that you can get notifications about more such bookish content. The first book which I'm going to recommend is literally a series, and that is the Millennium Trilogy by Stieg Larsson, out of which the first book is actually The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and the second one is The Girl Who Played with the Fire, and the third one is The Girl Who Kicked into the Hornet's Nest. This book basically is all about a mystery crime thriller novel where the main protagonist, who is Salander, basically she has this photographic memory of remembering things. One, as such, she just watches a thing, and she's a private investigator who comes across the very crux of, you see, a big case by Michael Blomkvist, who is actually a great reporter, a great journalist from Sweden. So this basically is an English translation from the Swedish novel which was written by Stieg Larsson. You are gonna absolutely love how the way the book is being written. The only issue with this book which I felt was you need to be reading it continuously. You cannot take breaks, like you cannot split the book up into many parts and read for a long time. Don't aim for reading this book for a 1 month, because you need to be finishing this book as soon as possible, because the storyline is actually so smooth going and it is occurring in a flow. So it is better if at all you read it continuously rather than breaking it, or else it would be very tough for you to understand the plot. The next book which I'm going to recommend is from my favorite author, and that is Sudha Murty, and the title of the book is The Magic of the Lost Temple by Sudha Murty. I absolutely loved this book when it was gifted to me by my mother during one of my birthdays. And so basically this book, has the story about a little small girl called Nooni, who has gone to her grandmom's place during her summer holidays, because of which I have selected this book to be recommended in the summer time. So the story is all about where they have been traveling from Bangalore to the northern Karnataka in a very small village, and the whole story captivates us, holds us, where there's a culture, there's village culture, there's a lot of grandmom stories. The memories of Nooni which she shares with her grandmother. She tries to absorb the whole culture, what is going on, their day-to-day life, and how it has been very different from the one which Nooni and her parents are living right in the city in Bangalore. So I absolutely love this book. And the plot turns when Nooni actually is playing in one mid-afternoon and she stumbles upon a piece of rock, and she later comes to know that that piece of rock actually is leading to a very ancient step well, and from that well she goes into a temple which is lost, and basically it is very old and an ancient one, and there are a lot of secrets hidden in that. So at the end of the book, you'll understand that how she has actually tried to dig out the whole temple, how she was successful in finding what was there in temple. This book got me whole captivated with the beautiful sceneries, the picturesque landscape, and very subtle way of writing by Sudha Murty, which directly goes into our mind. There is very easy language being used, or very least amount of vocabulary which was used into this book, and you absolutely would not find no reason to hate this book, because every bit of this book completely captivates you. And the most lovable aspect of this book is this book comes with such beautiful small graphic images which pretty much captivates the way you have been reading, and all the illustrations in this book are black and white, but it still captivates you much. So I just love this book. Though it's a little children's book, I can accept that, but never mind. If at all you want to free your mind out of the clutter and come out of the monotonous life, out of the city vehicle sound, then you are absolutely welcome to read this book, because this is the best book which I have read from Sudha Murty till date, apart from 3000 Stitches and How I Taught My Grandmom to Read. The next book which I read very recently and I was almost brought into tears, whose review I'll be making very soon, and there is something special with this book which is coming over my channel, so I'm really excited with this book. Though this really broke my heart, and that is none other than The Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri. I literally cried over this book for so long. This book basically is a story about Ashok, Ashima and their son called Gogol and their daughter called Sonia, and how they feel, how they stay in America, a very foreign area, and how Ashima gets her pregnancy, how she deals with children, how she learns that children eventually grow and they move out of the house. The story also takes place with respect to Gogol, who was named Gogol rather, who tries to change his name into Nikhil. His father actually names him Gogol based on the fact that his father was a huge fan of Nicholas Gogol, who was a Russian author and a great genius. Is why his father names him as Gogol, and he absolutely does not love his name. He tries to change his name to Nikhil. And how does he adopt the American culture as compared to the Indian culture? Both of them are poles apart to each other. So absolutely love this, and the ending literally brought me into tears. Moving on to the next non-fiction book which I'm going to say is The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf. I came across this book way back, but I just got my hands upon this as an audiobook right from the YouTube because it was absolutely free, available on YouTube, and I just listened to it as an audiobook. Basically, this book was considered as a great feminist icon late in 1900s, and I can really feel that in the very text which Naomi Wolf has actually written. In this book, she speaks majorly that beauty is not something which is shown externally, but rather is supposed to be staying internally, that is right from your heart. And she clearly explains the difference between how beauty standards are actually set for females and how beauty standards are set for males, and how this difference in the genders and the beauty standards is actually causing a huge disparity in the society, where people are considering females as an inferior sex as compared to males or their male counterparts. So this is gonna be literally a great read. It's very quick read. It just goes with the flow. There are chapters, and the chapter title itself is like a small lesson, and you can easily go with a very easy language with very simple vocabulary, and you can swiftly move throughout the book and understand the very pain Naomi Wolf has actually tried to present in this book. Next, moving on to the last book of the series, and I guess this is something which everyone is acquainted, but still, and that is The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. So basically, I joined a new book club on Instagram, and I was lucky to be finding out that this book was picked up as a May monthly pick, and I absolutely adore this book in all aspects. I have read this book once when I was in grade 8. But I was not able to completely absorb the content of the book. Maybe I'm more oblivion to the fact or the pain which Anne Frank would have faced as a Jew under the terrible circumstances which were prevailing over during the Nazis' time in Germany. So as you all know, that this book basically speaks about the journey of a small girl who herself calls herself as Anne Frank, and she has written her pain during when she has actually tried to escape from the Nazi army. That is, they were threatened brutally, their parents are being tortured, and she clearly describes and depicts how the streets were vandalized, how people were tortured, and how the mankind was almost felt that it was in brink of, especially Jews, and the pain which they have endured during the reign of Hitler and during the Nazis era. And coming part of the literature part, this is quite easy one. Somewhere you might feel a little difficulty in actually going to the text because there's huge chunks of paragraphs which is written in this book, and they are not sorted out or divided. So I feel that it is better you just go through one set of pages on one day and moving on to the next set of pages the other day. So that's all, guys. These were the set of books which I feel were the best picks during a summer read. And if at all you have any other suggestions or the things which you are planning to read in your summer holidays, don't forget to comment down them below so that I can pin it and let others know more such book recommendations. So till the next video, bye bye, take care and happy summer holidays, and stay safe and keep your masks up.